In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what is attractive to a female, what's hot and what's not. And we're going to look at a TV show called Pop That Balloon or Find Love, where the contestants essentially meet a single man. They either pop the balloon saying, I'm out, he ain't my type, or they keep their balloon signifying, hey, I want to get to know you a little bit more. I'm going to show you that a lot of what you believe about attraction isn't actually true. Now, there's a lot of other things going on that you may not even realize actually create attraction. First thing I want you to look at is a lot of attraction has to do with subcommunication. So I'll break that down in a second, but let's go ahead and hop into this video.
Oh no, this is not my guy. Go ahead and pop it, and I'll go over to each of you, see why you ended up popping. Y'all ready? Okay, let's get some matches. So let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name is Alistair.
Alistair, how old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
36, okay. And what do you do?
I'm a deputy sheriff.
All right, okay. And what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to travel. I like to go on trips.
Okay, so as you noticed, half of the group already popped their balloons. Why? Is it something to do with his look, or is it more about the subcommunication? And what I want you to understand is that so much of attraction has to do with subcommunication and voice. The projection of your voice says a lot about who you are and how you view yourself. And so notice how kind of stifled and stuck his voice is. Like, look, here's the reality. Those women instinctually already know probably roughly how, what kind of friends he has, who he hangs out with, how he fits into the group. Is he a leader within the group, or does he just kind of fall into the tribe? They already understand about his reproductive value. You already know what that guy fucks like just by listening to his voice. And as you're seeing right now, he's kind of low status. It has nothing to do with his looks yet, but just his tonality, the way he projects himself. He's not really strong in his frame. You can even tell as they pop the balloons, it's kind of like it's catching his mind, right? It's kind of grabbing him. So he's not certain who he is. These are all representations that are in subcommunication. And this is what females actually like intuitively understand, whether they can like articulate that or not. They're designed to evolve the food chain. So they're looking for a strong, like more, I don't like to even use like the alpha and beta and stuff like that, but they really are looking for more of a strong alpha energy. And that's shown through subcommunication. It's not shown through the money you make, the car you drive. Instinctually comes out of you, and women are attracted to that. And they can tell whether you're congruent or not, whether you're like fake, you're a fraud, or you're actually really that guy, that dude. So let's keep watching here.
Now, why did you end up popping your balloon?
He just didn't really seem like too much my type, and I don't know about the police, honestly.
Okay.
But you're an attractive man, so you know, no hard feelings.
Thank you.
All right. And now Alistair is
Okay, so let's take a look at that even, right? Like what he does for a job is a very like masculine job. But we've noticed already that he said, I'm looking for a woman who will let me lead. So let me lead, like let you lead or just be the leader, right? He's probably not that in his life. And so he actually has like an alpha setting, right? This strong masculine setting with his job and who he is. I mean, looks like a strong dude and all that stuff, but he's not it inside. Your core essence is always shining through. That's important to remember. The core of who you are is always shining forward. And I believe that's actually what she's not attracted to. She can just tell like, this dude ain't it. And she seems like a stronger woman, right? She's got a little oomph to her. She's a realtor. She's probably makes her own money, stuff like that. And she knows intuitively, I would walk all over a guy like that. That's what they're looking for.
And now, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Well, first of all, he said that he don't, like smokers. I'm a big smoker, and I don't think, the police and an exotic dancer would mix. But other than that, I like the way you're built. I like the age. I'm into older men. So
okay, got it.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's look at this right here. I mean, she's attractive, right? And an exotic dancer, do you think she has like a weak frame? Is she a meek type of person, or is she a strong personality? Obviously, a very strong personality. Just think of what she does for a living. She has to be. I believe what's going on here is she's sensing, right, that, again, she's another person who would just walk all over this guy. Even though he's a cop, he's this dude, and she's like, well, it's like cop and exotic dancer. We don't really mix. It ain't that. They totally would mix if he was a strong, like alpha type of energy, a leadership type of energy. It doesn't mean that you have to be like this macho type of dude. And again, it's not through muscles even. It's in how you present yourself. We'll look at some more later. We can see these guys present themselves a little bit better. But what she's really saying here is I would walk all over you. Sorry about it. So let's watch this. This is the end of this guy's segment right here. And everyone has popped their balloon. And just listen to how he kind of finishes up. This is like, the nice guy always finishes last, and you're about to see why, because it actually comes off as manipulative. And so I believe that's what's taking place here. And then watch this at the end, kind of how he finishes up.
She's someone that you would approach if you saw her out.
Yeah, I'm very respectable for every individual that I meet. I'm very respectable.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Again, just look how he finishes. I'm very respectable to everyone I meet. That's sweet. That's nice of you. But that also comes across as incongruent. And that's what a woman can sense. Are you being honest? They don't care about that shit, right? Like, just be real with me. Like, if you're upset, tell me you're upset, because that's how relationships break. And remember, a woman is giving you their time, right? Their reproductive years when they're in relationship with you. And this is their like instinctual DNA is to evolve the, evolution, right? To help our species evolve. If you're showing incongruency, they can't trust you. And so really what it's about is trust in that moment. Like, you ain't being honest, bro. Like, where are you really at? And you can just tell again through his incongruency, his lack of certainty, his core essence shining through that he ain't there yet. And that's all right. And so therefore, no balloons popped. So let's look at the next person.
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay, all right. And what do you do, Will?
I am a civil litigation paralegal in the last semester of law school.
Okay, congrats. Almost done.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
And what are some things you look for in a woman?
I look for someone that is revealing. I don't like someone too shy or reserved. It's a little bit tough to get to know.
Okay.
I also like a progressive woman and someone kind, nice.
Okay. And now what are some of your deal breakers?
Someone unkind. Someone.
He's an attractive looking dude. He's dressed very nice. And now make note of this. He's almost, he's like a semester away from being an attorney, right? So the dude's going to make money, looks good muscles on him. And so I want you to see that it's not about the money. It's not about the looks as near as much as you think it is. It's, again, the same type of thing. They're looking for, like, how certain are you in who you are? Like, your confidence, your ability to move through life. Because here's the instinctual thing that most women understand is that shit is going to hit the fan at some point in your life. And they want to know if you're the dude who can get through it or you're not. You're going to do that's going to step out and quit. Well, this is too much. You're going to be the dude who's like, all right, let's just roll the next thing. I got this. At the end of the day, they want to know that you got you. That's what they're looking for. And it's got to be real. It's got to be congruent. So that's like what a shit test is. When a woman shit tests you, like, they're testing to see, are you really who you say you are? And so in this moment, he starts out, I think he's a little nervous, and he gets a few balloons popped. He's kind of like not relaxed into who he is, but as you'll see, he starts to relax a little bit more here.
He said he liked tall women. I'm clearly fun sized.
Oh my God.
You know he didn't mean it like that.
It is what it is. I mean.
Okay. So apart from him saying that, is he
Okay, notice the difference in his voice compared to the last guy. As he's starting to relax more, he's getting more like bass and tonality to it. That centered bass and tonality shows congruence. Like, you'll notice this uptick in people's voices when they're telling a lie, when they don't really believe something, or, it's like when you ask someone, hey, do you want to go grab a coffee? Sure, sounds great, but they really don't want to. Like, yeah, coffee sounds good, right? So notice as he's relaxing, he's more congruent in who he is. He's also moving towards more of the emotional side of his brain. Why is that important? It's because men, we often spend a lot of our time in the logical center of our brain. You're working, you're solving things, but that doesn't really resonate with the emotional center of a female's brain. Women want to play. It's one of the beautiful things about a relationship is a woman is here to remind you to play, to expand, to express into life. But men, when we don't realize that, we're not aware of that, we spend way too much time on our logical mind. And so as an example, him being an attorney, he's probably a smart dude, probably very logical, but he's doing a good job of relaxing and starting to engage with women, laughing a little bit. They're going to be way more attracted to that than they ever will be your logic. The logic can come later on. And the problem with that, if you try to win on logic, like the things you've accumulated in your life and all these logical things, it instantly just slides you into the provider role. There's value to that, but really where you want to be is in the middle of, like, let's call it the swag guy and the provider guy. You want to be somewhere in the middle. You keep attraction when you're in that zone. But if you're all the way over to the provider role, it's not very attractive. It really just boils down to one thing: safety and provision. And you're not going to be happy at the end of the day. They're not going to be happy. So you want to keep a good balance of keeping your swag. So my dude here's got a little bit of swag to him. and he's working on that provider stuff. And as you'll see, he actually gets a couple balloons to stick around, a couple women to stick with him.
Now, is she someone that is your type?
This one definitely. She pretty fly. I like that.
Okay, all right, cool.
I like the tattoo.
Thanks.
Okay, so I mean, you did say he is your type. You kind of misheard him a little bit when he said he doesn't mind tall women. He don't discriminate against height.
Okay, I'll give him another try.
Oh, okay, let's get that balloon back. Ooh, okay, let's start with your name and age, and what do you look for in a man?
My name is Tiffany and I'm 26. And what I look for in a man is like a leader, a guider, someone who can give me knowledge and take from what I give them too. Also someone who wants to build, pretty much. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
All right.
What I look for in a man is a man of integrity, a man of character, a man that know how to cultivate the woman God called me to be, a man that know how to have a kind and gentle spirit, and know how to have fun.
Okay, so look, he's doing a good job. He's got both these women, attractive women who are into him. One of them is the exotic dancer. Notice, they say what they want, but you can see within there's a lot of things around being led. It's like, when you ask a woman, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? What do they say? Whatever you want to do. But what they really want is for you to say, hey, we're going here. If you want something different, just let me know, but let's do this. That's a actual example, but also a metaphor in life. They want to help. Like even the girl who says to build something together, she's seen what your vision is, and if she can attach and be part of it, that's very important to understand. Like, what is your vision as a man? You have to get really clear on that. When you're clear on your vision, you have to get rid of the distractions and the things that pull you away from your vision. And that's what they can sense within you. When you're congruent in who you are, like you have a strong no, then you have a powerful yes. But if you don't have a strong no, if you just say yes to everything, sure, I'll do this, I'll do that, you're not clear on your vision. And they can sniff that shit out. And so right here, they're testing this guy, and he gets two beautiful women to kind of stick with them. So let's hop forward and look at a few more.
Hello, welcome in. Can I have your name?
My name is Moan.
Moan?
Moan, like make
Moan?
you moan. Yeah.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 38.
38. Okay, and what do you do?
I'm a creative impresario.
Okay, and what does that mean?
So pretty much creative impresario is a person that excels in the arts. So I have a video production company called Dreamcast Video.
Okay, so here's a good example of owning who you are. Okay, so he's got like this different kind of outfit on. He said, I guess like his name's Moan or something, to make you moan. That could be funny, right? Or not. But here's the thing you have to remember is you can't be half a gangster. There is no such thing as half a gangster. Like if you're going to be gangster, if you're going to wear something like that or whatever it is, you got to own it. You got to be full speed. It's the same with your jokes. So if he said to make you moan, he probably pulled back a little bit, like to make you moan. Like he was uncertain of it versus like moan to make you moan, right? Whatever that is, like he's got to own the moment. And again, it's the same thing because a woman can smell that. Oh, this dude's half a gangster. Like he ain't really it. Like you fronting. Like here's a really cool example, unique example. This guy reminds me a little bit like, a peacock, right? Like the bird, a peacock. It's got those big old feathers. The actual thing about a peacock is it can survive in spite of being so bold and so brash, but that's what gives it reproductive value. That's what makes the other peacocks want to mate with him, is because he can go, yo, look at me, I'm out here, but no one's fucking with me, right? Same kind of concept. If you're going to wear something like that, that's brash, kind of loud, a little bit unique, you got to be it. You got to be about it. It doesn't matter what you wear, but if you're about it, then other people will be about it. They'll sense that coming through. So in this moment, I think he's half a gangster. And that's why he didn't do very well.
Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name is Kess.
Kess?
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
29, and what do you do?
I work in finance as a day job, and I also coach AAU basketball. That's how I give back to the community.
Okay, and now what are some things you look for in a woman?
Just somebody that's caring, somebody that's understanding, somebody I can bring home to moms.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Got it. Okay. And now what are some of your deal breakers?
Smoking. I can't do smoking.
Not smoking.
So,
Okay, so we did get a couple of pop balloons. Let's go on over to these ladies and see, what's going on. We can have your name and age. And
Okay, let's pause right here and just look at this. So one thing that's important to remember, well, two things I see with this guy already. One is he's more relaxed. I think he's still a little bit nervous, but he seems calm in the moment. you want to always, well, again, you got to be congruent. It has to be authentic to who you are. There's something to be said about, like, when someone is, like, in your mind more attractive than you, it can often put you in your head, right? It's like when the moment is too big. I think of sports, like when the moment's too big, you get tight, everything shrinks, your voice shrinks up, and it's like, it's just too much. But a player that's ready in the moment can relax and be like, yo, I'm built for this. And so you kind of have to display that same energy of attraction. And he's doing a pretty good job of that. I feel like he's like fighting it a little bit to get to that point. That's okay. But he's staying relaxed, calm, congruent, and like a more congruent space. The second thing that he's doing well is, I think the host here says, like, what are your red flags or whatever? And he says, a woman who smokes. It's very important as men to understand that you can screen as well. You should be screaming. A woman should sense that from you. But often you're in such scarcity, right? You don't take enough action to meet people. You don't understand how to meet people. You think meeting people and finding a mate is all about having more money. And then you're like, oh, I don't have enough money, so I'll just hide and stay back here. I don't have enough muscles, so I'll hide and stay back here. So you stay in scarcity. And you think it's all for those 1% of guys who have those things to go actually make attraction or have attraction. But it ain't that. If you just learn these things that we're talking about here, be congruent, be authentic at who you are, own your space, show up, understand the core essence of you is always shining through, and that you got this, right? And truly believe that and find that within yourself, then you will actually have attraction. When you understand that about yourself, you can flip the dynamic and you can screen the other person. And to do that, you have to understand your core value, like what you really are, what you bring to the table, to understand all the things about what you offer, and that allows you to screen the other person. So let's see how he does.
Like
Thank
that.
you. You look nice too.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, let's go over to our next ladies over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Tiffany. I'm 26 and I smoke a little weed, but you are very handsome.
I appreciate that.
All right, and now is Tiffany someone that's your type?
Yeah, she valid too. Yeah,
Okay.
she's nice.
All right.
Okay, here's a nuanced but powerful point. Is a woman will adapt her lifestyle to someone who has strong leadership. So she's saying, I popped my balloon because you said you don't like smoke and I smoke weed. She would, okay, I don't know if she'll quit, but she definitely would adjust that habit. I promise you, probably quit if she sensed that dude was like really a strong leader and she wanted to come along in his journey of life, the life that he is creating. I'm sensing, again, she's a strong woman. This is the exotic dancer, that she doesn't sense that in him. And she's like, I'm not willing to give this up to go after this dude who's maybe got like an average life going on. That's her reality that she sees. But if he came out there and really owned his space and was able to show that right away, I guarantee you she'd still have her balloon.
Okay.
Understood.
All right, let's go over to our next lady over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, I'm C and I'm 36. I popped my balloon because just the height.
Okay.
But everything else, I mean, you're in finance. I like your outfit. So good job.
Cool.
All right, now is she someone that you would approach? Is she your type?
Yeah, she is actually. Yeah, it seems like a good vibe. Feel vibrant personality. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go on over here. If we can have your
Okay, he's losing balloons as he goes along because notice he's getting like kind of stifled. Even his body position, right? His shoulders are rolling forward. He's tight. Again, he's fighting it. I said that early on, like I could tell he's kind of fighting it. He wants to stay relaxed, but he's not actually loosening it up at the moment. So he's losing people as he goes. And my guess is he's not going to end up doing very well.
And you want kids.
I love kids.
I just don't want any more.
I understand.
That's all.
all right.
Okay, so the guy, I think he ends up with one balloon there. I was starting to get bored just watching this guy. The more he went, it was just like very tight. He was in a box. He couldn't come out of the box. And that is boring to a woman. They understand, again, like what you're going to be like in bed, how much money you're going to make, what your career is going to look like. But the reality is if he could harness some of that energy from when he's coaching, I bet you when he's coaching basketball, that is his moment of expression. But if he could bring more of that into his life, and especially when he's talking to a female here, that would be way more attractive. And so it's about realizing that the logical stuff, again, the dude's in finance, so he spends a lot of time on the logic, and it's like, oh, I get to go blow off steam and coach basketball. If he could find more of a balance in his day-to-day life, find more of his humor and express that, he'd have way more success in the area of dating.
Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name's Michael,
Michael, how old are you?
28.
28. And what do you do?
I'm a sales manager.
Okay, all right. And now what are some things you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's got confidence, can do her own thing, I don't really have anything. It just really comes down to each person individually
Okay.
as far as what they're like, what their upbringing is. So that's really it. I'm not too picky.
What are some things you like to do for fun?
For fun, I love to spend time with my family. I like to play basketball, go to the gym, work on my side business that I'm started. So pretty well rounded, I would think.
Okay, so we did get a pop balloon. Let's go on over there and see what's going on.
Okay, so this guy's doing much better. As soon as he said he's a sales manager, do you think he uses more of his logic during work, or is he more emotional centered? He's probably more emotional centered. He's more people oriented. And that's going to be attractive to a female a lot of the time, right? He could have done better when they asked, like, you know, what are your likes, dislikes? He could have been a little bit more screening them, right? Well, this is important to me. This is what isn't important. But overall, he's got a good tonality, right? He seems strong, relaxed in who he is. Probably has that fun, playful side to him. I think you can sense that almost just in the video, and they can as well. So he's got a lot of options right now. Let's see how it finishes out. He's the first guy that gets to pop their balloons because he has so many options.
Okay. All right.
You have kids, I'm guessing, because you asked that?
I do. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old son.
Okay.
So I do have kids. So.
And they stated they both have children. That's a deal breaker for you or no?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Okay. So, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys ask him a question if you have any. I think she's already ready.
Okay.
Let's go over here.
Is both your kids by the same woman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Only question?
Do you mind dating someone that is an exotic dancer?
No, that's your thing. You gotta feed your child. You know what I mean?
Some men are insecure and they can't handle me working in a club where other men are showing me attention.
That ain't me.
Okay, massive right there. The exotic dancer, like we talked about, she asked, like, do you have a problem dating someone who's an exotic dancer? And he's like, no, that ain't me. Because she's used to dudes getting insecure and being jealous. What do you think that's like for her in her reality? That's what she's screening for. And this dude, whether it's real or not, it looks like it is. He's like, whatever, like that's your thing. You got to make money and that's how you make it. So cool. That's what they're looking for. And so she's attracted to him. They seem like they have good polarity, right? That creates a lot of synergy and energy. You need that to stimulate a relationship. And so actually very powerful right there. I felt congruency in his response. I think you probably did too. Like he actually meant what he said there. Like, nah, do your thing. It's cool. That could change later on in the relationship. We don't know. But up front, that seemed very powerful.
All right. You got your question in. Who we popping? All right. Let's bring you on up. Okay. Any final question?
I don't have any.
Okay. All right. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Absolutely.
We got a match! I'll take this mic and you guys can go on up.
There you go. They got a match, and that's the show. So what did you learn through this? I hope you can see that it's not always about the looks. Like no one really was, it wasn't like there was just some, you know, alpha giga Chad dude who rolled out there, just like swept them all away. It's not about that. It's more about the congruency in who you are. No one really won on their job, what they do, how much money they make. It wasn't that. It's again about the emotions, about the connection. They want to know, is the vision that you have in life, do you believe in that vision? Are you confident in who you are? Are you moving towards it? Do you have purpose in what you do? Those are the things that are actually attractive. And can you play? Because the woman wants to play. Again, they're here to remind you how to play and enjoy life and to embrace life. And if you're all about making the money, you're stuck on the logical, you ain't going to be about that kind of life. So that's what's actually taking place here. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace.